Hello guys, welcome to our show. Today we discuss about SEO. We love discussing about SEO. We love learning about SEO and I found it's very important today to focus to pay attention to specific niches, industries. That's why I usually cooperate with many big clients in crypto, finance, but today we are going to discuss about hospitality industry. I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Stefania Tellez. How are you?
I'm good, Anatoly. Thanks for the invite and thanks for having me here.
Yeah, a big pleasure, a big pleasure. I want to learn more about that. And Stefania, before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and anything that can help our listeners to learn more about you. Oh, so we lost connection with Stefania. Something happened. I don't know. Yeah, Stefania is back. So, Stefania, yeah, uh, yeah. Tell more about yourself, business experience, background, and anything that can help our listeners to learn more about you.
Yes, thanks everyone. So I'm Stefania. I am half Maltese, half Italian, and my journey in general, the internet industry, digital marketing, and sales started way back, at least more than 10 years ago. I had the opportunity to work in different countries, mainly in the vertical of the hospitality and accommodation sector. So I had the opportunity to work in the e-commerce department for an important Italian global chain of 4 5-star hotels. I've worked for a channel manager provider, Swiss channel manager provider in Spain. I have been working, had worked for Booking.com for almost 9 years. So covering different topics, all kind of properties, and different markets, not only Italy, Malta, but also Spain, Israel, South America, so Colombia, Mexico. And then I had the chance to join also Google last year. It was a very enriching experience, supporting and consulting always on these same topics, but a different type of clients. They were mainly publishers, app developers, app marketplaces. And lastly, my last experience was at SEMrush as an international marketing lead for EMEA, so developing the strategy for the whole region.
Love it. Awesome experience. Wow, huge experience. So looking forward to learn more. And I have the first question about hospitality industry. It's interesting that I think SEO is not the same according to different industries, and Google doesn't have the same algorithms that works everywhere. So can you tell what kind of difference in hospitality industry from your experience and why you choose this direction and can ignore something else?
Well, first of all, I chose this direction because I am very passionate about the industry in
Mm,
general. So, I think there are a few people who do not like to travel. And also because I've built my experience and my background within the same. So what I found out is that there are some foundations that cover all the industries, but specifically for hospitality, since it's also related to, let's say, a leisure moment most of the time, not only for the user experience, there are some things that need to have more attention. So there are the basics is of course it's having an SEO strategy, which seems very strange, but many properties, regardless of their structure, whether they are small or if they are very big or global chains, sometimes they don't have this SEO strategy. So it's first thing first, setting the basics. Whereas, for instance, I see that in industries like as SaaS, software development, they are more inclined in spending and investing in digital marketing strategy in general. Whereas in hospitality, it still comes from a very traditional word.
mm,
So they are, some of them are already on the ball, some others are already shifting. So it is very important to focus on your brand visibility. There are these, I would say, these 6 points that you have to address. You have to focus a lot on enhanced UX. So it's not solely regarding content marketing, pictures and photos. You have to have also take into in consideration these technical aspects. You have to think that there is a competitive advantage in having an SEO strategy for your property or your travel or tourism services that you're offering. And also, most importantly, it's cost effective. It's cost effective because in the long run, it will pay you better than just simply going for quick results that could be, for instance, paid advertising. And
Mm-hmm.
then I think it's a local SEO. It's crucial for traveling because let's say if you're searching for a SaaS uh, company, you don't need to search, I don't know, this XYZ company in Milan or in New York. But if you're traveling, you're looking for a place to stay in that specific area. So that's why local SEO is completely different for this sector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You mentioned a few times strategy. I even lost track when you mentioned this word. I usually track how many times you can pronounce some words, but yeah, I lost this track. So let's talk about strategy. Can you tell how to do it? Because you uh, had experience with SEMrush, and I see when webmasters open SEMrush, they check out keywords, type any keywords, and they often pay attention to high volume. If I type any keyword in SEMrush, it starts from high volume and go down. But in the first stage, it's hard. It's really hard to promote high volume keywords because, because of competition. I remember when one webmaster asked me, I need to rank weight loss. Uh,
Yes.
okay, I replied to him, okay, let's do it. Show me your website. No, I'm going to create this website. What? You wanna create website and rank weight loss? In the top 10 results, $1 billion companies, big companies, Shakeology, name them, big companies. They have authority, trust, anything, to they spend resources to get these ranking positions. They deserve these ranking positions, but it's better
True.
to find the right strategy. Can you tell how to do it in hospitality? How to
Yes.
find the right keywords and topics that will bring results?
Yes, so one of the points of the SEO strategy is definitely keyword research. So as you mentioned, we have to pay attention to high volume keywords, but also keywords that are relevant. Indeed, you have to take into account that if you want to position yourself for like hotel in XYZ region, there are multiple competitors, way big competitors that spend billions of dollars in advertising and SEO strategy. For instance, you can have OTAs, travel agencies, or also publishers. I don't know, for instance, the New York Times publishing the best places where to stay this year. Normally, they issue an article every year. So, in that case, my suggestion would be, of course, to work on these strong volume keywords, but try to think about long tail keywords. So, what does that mean? Long tail keywords could be a query like, for instance, hotel with spa in San Francisco. It's just a very random example for you to understand what keywords, long tail keywords mean and what should you put in these long term keywords. Of course, you should have everything, all these either free or non free tools connected to your website so they can better analyze what people are looking and also what you're being popular for. But regardless of that, you should try to put in your long keywords the services, the peculiarities of the product that you're offering. So let's say if you are a spa hotel and you are an all-inclusive hotel, that potentially will be included in the long tail keywords. So the chances that somebody entering that type of query search find you is going to be higher rather than just competing on hotel in XYZ location.
Yeah. Let's talk about creating content. It's interesting that many years ago, when I started my online journey, I hired a team of copywriters. They wrote
Mhm.
about anything, anything. I gave them weight loss, finance, anything. Google ranked well. Things changed many times. Google fired all this team. Actually, I did it, but Google helped me, to decide to find another direction. Today, I cooperate with editors and usually search for copywriters. I hire copywriters with experience who know the topic. Can you tell how to find great writers who will create great content? Because today we have AI. I think AI can smash all mediocre writers. You don't need to find them. Just ask ChatGPT to create generic content. I don't know, like please write an article about hospitality in Milan, so you can get generic answer that
Sure.
you can find in the top 10 results. So tell your methods to find the right copywriters who will create great content.
Yes, definitely. So nowadays, we are lucky enough because, as you mentioned, there are plenty of opportunities online. And what I would suggest, if you don't have the resources to create an in-house team, which would be always be the best option, it's to search in popular freelancers platforms, like, for instance, I would say Upwork, Fiverr, or Fiverr, I don't know how you would pronounce it. So there are plenty of copywriters there or other professional content creators that are available. The important thing is that you either analyze their previous work, whether they have been working in the same industry, perhaps also trying to give them a test text that you would like to analyze and see how they work, and in order to see if it fits your needs. Rather than that, I would also encourage people to leverage the LinkedIn platform, because there you might find, I don't know, somebody who works in digital strategy that could also suggest some people because they have already directly worked with them. So I think opportunities are infinite. Sometimes what I see is that professionals or business owners don't know how to search, because of course, if you're a business owner, you don't need to know how to search or look out for content creators or copywriters, but definitely reach out to experts, and also try to think beyond your market, because nowadays the extra power that we have is that we can hire somebody on the other side of the world that can be very good regardless of your location.
Mhm. Stefania, I have the question about human touch. It's interesting. For example, once I got an article from a copywriter who have great experience by writing for Forbes, Investopedia, but he wrote generic article, and the topic was the best forex brokers. After reading this copy, I got it. He didn't register on these brokers. He didn't know anything about these brokers. How you can write without trying, without making your hands dirty? What do you think about hospitality? How it's important to try the products before writing? Because even if you know the topic, you need to share real experience, your story. And I know my friend, for example, she often gets invitations from different hotels to spend time on hotels for free. Then he can sell much better these hotels, because she
Yes.
knows how it works. So, any tips about having this human touch in hospitality?
Definitely, yes. That's a game changer. I mean, if a property can host this person and have them on board in order to try and test the experience, the products that they are offering, that would be the best option. But I'm also aware that not everyone has the budget at the beginning to do so, although it's a very strong investment. Definitely having knowledge, or at least if you cannot host these people for free or pay them for traveling, at least having a briefing with them, as you would do with let's say, a content agency company or an advertising company, an external outsource agency. Also, this goes back, for instance, to tour operators. When tour operators used to have travel agents who would set up your journey or your travel somewhere, they would have people assigned to specific areas of the world. So you might have people who are experts about France, so they would tailor your travel experience. And the same can be done also in this way. So if you cannot host them, I would suggest having a brief or also more than one brief with them. And then also try to see if they have any connection with the destination, have been there at least once, because how can you write about a place that you have never visited? So at least starting from there, and then think about a budget for this person and the measurable results in order to measure what the impact they can have once they write this article.
Hmm. Okay, let's talk about this task. For example, yeah, I usually work with crypto finance niches, and I found even great experts who can write on Bloomberg, Forbes. They need the right task, because without the task, yeah, it's hard to
Well,
get content with logical structure. Um can you tell how to create this task? I mean, like what kind of details to provide in your task that can help to create great copy?
so first thing first, regardless whether if you are hiring somebody outsource or in source, it's knowing who are you talking to. So knowing your audience, your target
Yeah.
audience, to whom are you writing? Sometimes people or property managers, they just think, okay, I'm just gonna cater for everyone. But you have to have in mind who is your target audience and what are their needs, their necessities. So you have to try to anticipate their needs. There are different online free and non-free tools that can help you assess, address what are people looking for. And also keep in mind that there is a strong difference, not only a cultural difference according to the countries from where people are coming from, and also a difference in generations. So Gen Z people won't search and look for the same things as a millennial or as a Gen X. So definitely have in mind that that's the first thing. And then when it comes to content, you have to make sure that this content is relevant for the audience, but also that is also informative and engaging. That is super important. Not only informative because that person is seeking for an information, but on another level also because of the search engine rankings will benefit from an informative information and engaging because you have to connect with with this audience. You have, even if they're not, for instance, purchasing on the first visit, but then they keep remembering you. You will have that hook in their mind for them to come back, especially with Gen Z and millennials, which we have, because I am also a millennial. We have a very short span of attention. And also, there's a crucial thing again when it comes to content. You have to make sure that you are providing useful data and information. Reason is because these generations are less loyal to brands. So let's say it's not like if we were in the 70s and the 80s and you are in the US and you want to join Marriott Loyalty Club. Most of the times, those people stuck with that brand. Nowadays, is no longer like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I know about loyalty. Yeah, I know it's hard to create this loyal feeling. But you mentioned about short attention. I love it. Because I found that when companies create content in business niche, I mean, like to not entertainment, and we can relate to hospitality as well. They often create boring content you know
Yes.
uh, and for example, I check out data. Yeah, for example, on YouTube, people 80% of users skip watching videos in the first 20 seconds. It's the average data. The same issue we have on TikTok, on website content, plus 50% bounce fast. So it's important to create non-boring content and catch their attention. Can you tell how to do it? How to catch attention, how to hook your users and retain them until the end.
Yes, so let's say nowadays videos are very popular, and there's a reason why, because they are fast, they're engaging. You can either hear it or you can read it. You can watch it even without, without any sound, and as long as there are captions. So, for instance, in videos, both versions, long and short, are important. So I'm not saying you have to go only for 30 seconds because sometimes it's not possible, and both of them help. The important thing is that you try to disclose and hook the attention, at least in the first, as you said, 10 seconds, 6 seconds, let's say. And also the title will have, let's say, titles like how to travel cheaper in South America, whatever, or how to enhance the visibility of your property. Six steps of these type of titles help and hook the attention of the watchers and the users. On the other side, it has to be engaging. It doesn't need to be ridiculous or something like that, but professional and engaging in that sense. Even if you have somebody who can, of course, edit your videos, that would be important. Also, the thumbnail of the video, it's crucial because that is something that will help the user decide whether he's going to watch it or not. And when it comes, for instance, on for text, these long, boring, super dense text, it's like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not going to read it for sure, even if it's the last thing I do today. So what I suggest is try to divide the topic and the content in different paragraphs. Try to use subtitles, icons, everything that can ease the readiness of your text, definitely. And if you can implement with photos, pictures, even better. And also, there is this trend nowadays to iconize some topics that you are covering. For instance, try to have a small agenda at the beginning of the article that you're publishing, so people can select and get redirecting exactly to the topic that they are looking for, to the answer that they're looking for, instead of having to read the whole article. That's something also that's very helpful.
Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, Stefania, let's talk about link building, how to earn these authoritative links. And I think like many years ago, I didn't know any strategy just to buy more backlinks that my competitors had and that worked well. But Penguin, Google filter, in April 2012 changed all my approaches. When I lost all my traffic, in one day, everything was dropped. Then, of course, I started to learn about white hat SEO. And I found that today, white hat SEO, many experts, they pay attention to specific direction. For example, someone is good with guest posting, someone with PR, broken link building. What about hospitality? What kind of links do you usually earn, and your methods of getting these backlinks?
Yes, one good strategy could be, for instance, to partner with partners who you are already working with. For instance, you are a hotel owner and you have free shuttle service to the airport. This shuttle service might be offered by a third party vendor, and they might have a website also. So if that website is properly and created, and you see that there is added value in that website and that it's authoritative for you and it's trustable, then those are the first partnership and connections that you can create within your own sort of environment, of business environment. So let's say you can have, it's important to have inbound links from qualitative and authoritative websites. And you can start from there and then building on extra type of relationship, as you mentioned, so guest posting or PR. But then again, I would start from the foundations, from what you already have around, and then build up on that.
Yeah, nice, nice. Love it, love it. Okay, Stefania, let's talk about something that I often do. In my life, I made a lot of mistakes. I keep doing them, but I don't know how to learn something new without doing mistakes, because I usually start from best practices, generic strategies, then I fail a few times, many times, and can find what actually will work, change the strategy, adapt to challenges. Can you tell about common mistakes that webmasters still do in hospitality niche and your tips how to overcome them?
Yes, so the most common mistakes in hospitality is, as I mentioned, neglecting local SEO. So,
Mhm.
of course, Google My Business has changed a bit lately, but it is crucial to have at least that part completely reliable and up to date. And the reason why, because you might be missing opportunities of appearing in those type of searches. It's important not only to be visible for local searches, but also to respond to people because there is also the Q&A section there. So sometimes properties completely forget about that. Then another common thing is, of course, the lacking of unique relevant content. So it's not just about saying we have double rooms, triple rooms, these are the pictures and great restaurant. It's about creating added value content. So for instance, you can create how to get here guide or a local guide on events, anything that can really enhance your content strategy. Another thing is ignoring mobile optimization. So you see these websites that are potentially optimized for mobile, but still they have a very low UX, which then UX stands for user experience, sorry for the
Mhm.
jargon, and which can lead to higher bounce rate. Bounce rate, it means that the person that visits your website, whether it's on mobile or on desktop, will just leave the website very, very fast and very soon because it's not an effective experience. Then another thing that started way back nowadays, it's online reviews, ignoring them, not managing them at all. It is crucial nowadays. I'm not sure about you, Natalie, but I check reviews everywhere. It's not because I'm picky, but because I don't know the place, for instance, and I want to feel reassured. So it is crucial in the decision making process nowadays for anything, any kind of business. My advice is to respond promptly, professionally, even specifically to negative reviews. I tend to value a lot when property or business owners reply in a professional way to negative reviews. And also replying to negative reviews means that you care about the feedback, and that you're trying to do your best. There will always be negative feedbacks, regardless. Nobody's perfect. Any company in the world, any person. So don't get overwhelmed by that, but try to build your next steps on that. And then last thing, it's overlooking technical SEO. Sorry, technical SEO. It's a bit boring for some people, but it's essential. It's the foundation of your website and the user experience, and therefore the potential purchase of the client. So if you have slow pages that take ages to load, broken links, those 404, duplicate content, and improper also URL structure, that all leads to a poor experience, a poor engagement with the customer or potential user. And therefore, also, if you're doing paid advertising, you're going to pay more. So it's all
Yeah.
linked.
Yeah, let's talk about reviews. You mentioned reviews. I think you are not alone who check out reviews. I do it. And 95% of customers check out reviews because, yeah, who wants to buy uh, poor quality product? Yeah, especially in hospitality, it's very important. And can you tell about negative reviews? How to respond in the right way? Because I check out a study that 30% of people can change their negative review to positive one if you decide their problems, if you can help them, if you understand what kind of negative experience they got to help them. So any tips about that?
Yes, so as I said, negative reviews can be an opportunity. I wouldn't trust a business or a place that has no negative reviews. I mean, this is not a real world.
Yeah.
So, first of all, what I would suggest, if you are a bit touched negatively touched by this review, take your time, take a walk, deep breath, because of course you might respond in the height of the moment, and you might feel you go bad about that. So I would suggest take your time, and then once you have cooled down, make sure to understand what was the issue with the need that wasn't attended by this user, and try to address it. First of all, always thank for the review that they left. Try to either respond to their need or try to find them the solution for a potential next stay. Or if you also have the opportunity, try to engage with that person, even personally, ask them for their emails so your guest relation team can contact them and offer them, for instance, a discount or potentially, a free stay. That is up to you according to your costs. But the important thing is that you touch base with these people to make sure that they are being heard, and that will elevate your brand reputation for sure, regardless whether they are coming or not. Especially if your reply is public, because maybe it won't affect that direct customer, but the next customer that is reading reviews in order to decide whether he's going to stay at your property or not will definitely appreciate the way that you are replying.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. By the way, yeah, I remember that customers usually trust companies that have reviews from 3.5 to 4.5. So if you have more than 4.5, probably customers won't trust your products because it's that's normal to have negative reviews. You can't satisfy anyone. And and once I remember one website that uh, asked me to check out content. I analyzed and I found that this website has 4,000 five-star reviews without even one negative review.
Wow, okay.
I told him, you think it's real? I can feel it's real. Customers don't believe such reviews. Just, remove them, Be specific. It's better.
Oh,
I remember Bill Gates said about negative reviews that it's the biggest set of data. When you have negative reviews, you can
true.
learn how to improve your products, how to update, how to provide much better results. And for example, when I created my SEO course with Lily Ray, Rand Fishkin, sorry, not Rand Fishkin, Mike Phillips, Jeff Coyle, Chelsea Alves, many other great experts. And I got the review. My first review was one score. After launching this course in 15 minutes, I got one score review from a guy who can learn uh, 18 hours of content, read plus 50 articles from the best experts. I don't know who can know better than Lily Ray about
Yeah.
EEAT. From Jeff Coyle about advanced strategy by considering AI. And I submitted the request to Udemy. What kind of review is it? And Udemy removed this review. But sometimes you can get fake reviews. But if it's real, that's okay. Yeah, okay, it's real, it's honest, and just learn from that, and go ahead. Stefania, my next question about you, about your experience. I found that I usually get great results with clients who understand SEO. If they don't, I usually tell them, take my course. It costs $10, $20. Just learn from the best. Uh, Go to YouTube, go to Google, find other courses. Just learn, get the basic, how it works. Then we can cooperate like a cohesive team. We can get much higher results. But if you don't understand why we need to create high quality content, how to learn your customers, how to earn authoritative, relevant backlinks, it's hard. It's really hard to get results. Let's imagine you started today from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills. Forget about SEMrush experience, about Google experience. Just the first day in SEO. What will you do today to learn more about SEO?
So first of all, thank God we have Google out there, or any other search engine that you like. It's fine. I would definitely, search what is SEO in general. And then there is a very nice query that you can type. It's free courses SEO. If you don't know what it is, if you're not willing to already invest in training, it's fine. There are plenty of readings and free courses out there as long as you start at some point. You know, the important thing is to start, and then you can always elevate. Because if you're thinking it's investing in yourself, but mostly investing in your business. So if it was me, I would start this way. And that's how I started. You know, back in the days, you would find some forums, some hidden things about SEO, and try to, even if you know, for instance, more than one language is your not your native language, try to read about the topic even in other languages. So you might find more content online in that language rather than yours. And that is super enriching. So definitely I would start from there. Nowadays you also have YouTube if you are not willing to read, because there are lazy people there. Sometimes I'm one of those. No, just joking. Some people learn differently. So perhaps a video will work better with you. Or search social media. There are so many resources out there that it's impossible not to gain any sort of basic knowledge.
hmm By the way, I spoke with Ferry Kazoni. I asked him about his loving way of learning about PR, and he told me YouTube. He watches a lot of YouTube videos, and uh, yeah, he spoke on Google conference because CEO of Google asked him to share insights about PR. So yeah, today his company is
Mm.
has great positions in PR, and he told me YouTube. I think it's better. I completely agree with you. You need to find your live in format. It doesn't matter. YouTube, podcasts,
Yes.
blog posts. I love reading books. It's my format. I know Gary Vee, for example, loves reading comments. He learns human psychology by reading comments, a lot of comments. That's okay. You can. It's better to have your format because you can burn out. If you
Yes.
suffer from formats that you hate, you can give up fast. You don't understand. It's not good way. It's like my son, he hates his school, but I don't know how to decide this issue. Really. He told me that this format is not good. Of course, probably it's obsolete, but yeah, if you are not in school, you can find your live format, And
You can choose.
Stefania, yeah, Stefania, can you tell about practice? For example, once I got the request from my listener who told me, if I listen all your podcast episodes, can I become great marketer? I replied, no, you can't. It doesn't mean, you can learn everything, but if you do nothing, you get nothing. And overlearning hurts practice, doing something. Because we have this short memory, we can forget about new stuff for a few days. I can forget for a few hours. Just tell me, I will forget. But when you make your hands dirty, when you practice, you can get real results. So, can you tell your balance between learning and practice?
So there has to be a constant learning again, because especially in this field, because everything is constantly changing, upgrading, new things come into AI, machine learning. Google is constantly releasing updates, so it can be overwhelming. But of course, you cannot know everything. That's why you have to dedicate your amount of time to stay abreast, whether it's a newsletter, something that you can further deep dive afterwards. And then, of course, if you are not already in the industry, there are plenty of voluntary works that you can do to start off. So, for instance, you want to have a career in this field and you don't know how to start, and you sell yourself at a company. As an employee, you can start doing volunteering. There are many businesses that need these type of consultation. And then once you start gaining more experience, you start promoting yourself to companies, either as a consultant or either as an employee. You can build up on that. But definitely, I would say a mix of the two, not excluding one or. I'm sure that even the biggest ones, Lily Ray, everyone stays abreast, continues publishing, and reads what is happening in the industry. So it's not because they are great, they just, don't learn anymore. It's a constant
Mhm.
process.
Yeah, and I have final question to you because you mentioned about AI. I think it's hard to ignore AI today. That was simple yesterday, hard today, impossible tomorrow. And Jeff Coyle told me that in the future we will have three companies. The first company will develop AI. The second company will implement AI, and the third company will be obsolete. So let's talk about AI. What kind of future you can predict in AI and how we can relate AI with SEO?
Yes, so AI, machine learning will always have an incremental role in this field. So, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that people will be replaced at all, as I still believe that the human interaction and approach is still relevant. But you can use AI or machine learning to gain extra insights, to automate processes, to improve SEO strategies. So that has to be like your magic wand for you to help out anytime you want to see your strategy, you want to have something a little bit more automated and less operational. That can be very helpful with an AI. Also, we have to think about the future trends of SEO in general that might include voice searches, and that also comprehends AI because without AI machine learning, there wouldn't be voice recognition. Now, I'm not a sound or a voice engineer, but I can pretty much get that. So that is something that is going to stay and remain. We shouldn't be afraid because there has been a lot of fuss going on about AI. People, scared about losing their job, but it's just an extra complementary thing that you do. Adds and eases your work. It's like I would say, I don't know. Internet today, maybe 40 years ago has been seen like something super disruptive. Our world is going to end and our relationship are going to end. But nowadays, there is the good and the bad. If you're use it properly, it just benefits.
Nice, nice. Stefania, it's a big pleasure to get on my show to learn from you. I enjoy our conversation. That was fun, valuable. Let us know how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Yes, sure. So first thing first, you can always reach me out on LinkedIn. I've shared the link. I'm not sure if it's visible. Otherwise, you can search about me with this name that you see displayed. Definitely, and we can stay in touch there because I try to post as much as I can, specifically in this vertical.
Nice, nice. Guys, you can find the link to LinkedIn account to Stefania Ro Tellez Ditrani Seychell. I hope I pronounce well. Sorry for
It's
my
fine. It's
pronunciation.
fine. No worries.
Yeah, if you can't type all this name, you can find the link in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again for the time. Love it. Welcome back anytime to share more valuable insights because we love value. My audience loves value. And yeah, we are going to follow you to learn more about SEO. Okay, guys, love you. See you.